Welcome to Meet the Biz. Today we have someone who, I don't know, I just feel like I had to wear like a suit and a tie today for this man because talk about a real hero. I mean, this is their definition of hero. Uh, and and hero not just in the dictionary term, but also hero going after what somebody wants in their life and moving forward. But instead of me just talking, let's just welcome Chris Van Etten. Hello, Chris.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing good. Like I said before, I'm flattered that you got all dressed up for me, and I would have done the same. Man will
Oh,
be up here in about half an hour, and he's 1.5 years old, so he just makes a mess everywhere he goes.
what's his name?
Milo?
Milo. That's
Hmm.
gorgeous. Milo.
Yeah.
Well, right before I came on to interview you, I went on to the Facebook I Am Messenger video, and there was a group of Performing Arts Studio West students, and they were chatting. And I said, "Hey, I just wanted to say hello, and I'm about to interview Chris Van Etten." And she said, "Oh my God, he's so cute." She says, "Say hello." So that was Jennifer, and and like
Well, thank you, Jen. I appreciate it.
well, like I said, and most people say, listen, you could wear a T-shirt, you could wear whatever. I just felt because I mean, to get into it, you enlisted in the Marine Corps
Mhm.
in 2009, and you were deployed to Afghanistan.
Yes.
Um, Tell us about that experience. I mean, to actually go to war.
Well, a lot of people, we see what we do in Hollywood, and it is it's kind of an interesting subject because it is very dangerous. Obviously, like it is easily one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous job you can do, is to go to war and to fight. um, but there's a simplicity to it that you can't really describe, in the sense that, in our everyday lives, and I think this pandemic is showing just how much of it is non-essential. But there's so many things in our lives that cause us stress,
Yeah.
um, that honestly don't matter, or maybe they do matter, but we put more emphasis on them than they should be. And when you're out there, you're really only worried about one thing, and that's taking care of your buddies and doing your job. Like, everything that's going on at home is put on the back burner, at least for those 6 to 8 months. So yeah, there's the stress, obviously, of um, what could happen every time you leave the wire. But you know what you're there for. You know what your purpose is. You know what you have to do that day. There is nothing else. And so it's a very simplistic, almost a freeing sense, while you're there, um, that, at least for that time being, that's all you have to focus on.
Mm.
Uh, and not only that, but we train for years, to do that job, and then to finally go out and do it. It's almost like, when you spend all that time in front of a mirror trying to perform, trying to get characters down right, and then you finally get to use those characters. It's a relieving feeling. So.
Right. Well, it's one of the several reasons why I wanted to bring you on. Number one, everyone loves you at Performing Arts Studio West and Meet the Biz, and they can't wait till you come back again. When this virus is over.
Yeah.
That was one thing. The other thing is exactly what you were talking about, because some people define this, what we're going through, is sort of like a war, but in a different way. And what you said about dealing with it, because a lot of people are like, either depressed or anxious, and how does a person, through you, how does a person deal with something either like this or war or all that, whatever war is to them?
The thing that I've always kind of focused on, and whether that be in the sense of outside influences affecting your personal life, or maybe internally you fighting your own battles. Um, the biggest thing that I've found has always helped me is finding a sense of purpose that you can control, if that makes sense. So like while I'm here, we're stuck in this house. Okay, well, my purpose while I'm here is to be the best dad that I can be, to spend time with my kid, spend time with my wife, take care of the dogs, and I have a couple different hobbies that I like to do. But while we're stuck here, you just make the best of it. And like I said, things that you can control, because a lot of people will try to prioritize things that maybe don't matter as much as, like, say, I don't know, nothing really is coming off the top of my head, but when I was first injured, um, I it used to be like what others thought about me. You know what I mean? Like it was always about how can I control the perception of everybody around me, when I shouldn't have been focusing on that at all. I should have been focusing on how I can be a better person to myself, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to judge me, the only person that's going to judge me when I go to sleep at night is myself.
Right.
That's the only opinion I should care about. And
It's
so
so
I
true.
developed.
What you're saying is, like, I mean, it's really hitting me, because a lot of times I get into that. I was like, especially when I was younger, I was like going, what do they think about me? But what you're saying is so powerful.
Yeah, and it's hard to go into that concept. It's hard to not want others to like you, because we're social animals.
Yeah.
Humans, we want to be liked. Um, but that's the thing. It's with that thing where you try too hard and it comes off awkward.
Mm.
And so the more I focused on myself and how I could be a good person, not so others saw me as a good person, but so that I felt better about myself, the more it became second nature, and easier it was to just for people to come in naturally, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it definitely does. Um, and then to bring yourself and go for another dream after coming back from Afghanistan and go into acting,
Yep.
modeling, and
Been an adventure.
yeah, and being a reoccurring role on General Hospital.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's like I said, it all stems from when you figure out who you are as a person. Not things don't fall in your lap per se, but it's funny how when you focus on the right things, everything just makes sense a little bit more.
Wow, I I'm so glad. It Sometimes I'm talking to somebody and I get speechless, because it's like it's still like going through me what they said. And what you said, just it was like a circle of about not caring what others think so much, and taking care of yourself when you go to sleep, not worrying about that. And that eliminates so much, quote, stress or anxiety. Um, and it brought it to that focus of, if your focus is you and being the best you as possible, you can have any of your dreams come true.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's perfectly said. Just, yeah, when you figure out who you are, and it's not an easy thing, because again, we're complex creatures,
Right.
but it's every day you should try to reflect on. And I've always been a naturally introspective person, so and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Tend to overanalyze at times, but
Um,
yeah. But when I catch myself doing that, I take a step back and I realize that I'm I like who I am,
Yeah.
and that's really all that matters.
What do you love about acting?
The thing I love most about acting, I've asked myself that question quite a few times, and there's not really one specific thing that I think I love most about it. It's just a collection of little things. It's, you get to meet so many amazing people. You get to um, try to be someone else, and try to interpret, essentially what are nothing more than words on paper, into a living, breathing person. And there's just so many things about this industry that make it fun. And I love the technical stuff. Like anytime I'm on the set, I'm talking to the camera guys. Like I'm always interested in that. So it's just, there's a bunch of different little things that just make it great to do this job.
Well, it sounds like, that this might even lead to directing or producing your own stuff.
I would love that. We'll see what happens. There have definitely been some opportunities that have come up, and obviously with everything happening now, it's kind of lying low. But
Right.
hopefully, here in the future, we'll see what happens.
Right. Do you have anything on like the back burner?
We had a few things, as we had sent it through a few emails. A lot of things have been shuffled around, and a few things unfortunately have been canceled. So it's kind of hard to see in the near future, but I'm always hopeful. Like I said, if you just focus on yourself, everything kind of falls into place.
And such a blessing that you're there with your family.
Yes, I will say that's one thing that I'm very grateful for. Is I have a great wife and a great kid. He's always going nonstop, but he is, they're amazing.
By the way, what is your biggest joy?
My biggest joy? Well, I'm assuming you mean besides my family.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, yes and no. I mean, probably you're.
Yeah, well, there's a few ways you can interpret that. My biggest joy would be, being a dad, just watching this tiny human grow up to be. I mean, he's only a year and a half, so he hasn't grown up a lot. But he used to be a little tiny sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
And now he's walking around, he's saying words, he's developing a personality, and I really find that enjoyable. But I have, I love to work on motorcycles. That's probably one of my biggest passions outside of I guess relationships, be it family or otherwise. And just taking time to myself.
What is it about motorcycles you love?
I don't know. Since I've been a kid, anything with two wheels. I mean, I was doing tricks on, BMX bikes when I was super young. Yeah, I always just anything two wheels. Like I actually got grounded when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
I got grounded for 6 months because I took one of the little dirt bikes my parents had and rode it around one of the school tracks by my house.
Yeah.
And I thought I got away with it until one of my neighbors ratted me out.
Oh no! Did they say, "Go to your room"?
And even now, I say that being grounded 6 months was totally worth it for those 2 or 3 hours of fun. So
right. That's so interesting because when I had one of the best mom, best dad, but my mom was, and she was a little overprotected. So I wanted to take my bike downtown, my bicycle, and she said, "No, you don't." She said, "You stay in the park over there," or this or that. And once I brought it up to my friend Doug's house, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had a motorcycle, but my Schwinn.
Yeah, and yeah, it's I don't know, it's a lot of fun, and even now, well, I haven't ridden in a few years, just for priorities. It's kind of hard to spend money on a bike when you have a house and a kid and stuff like that. But I'm hoping within the year I'll have another bike, and I'm actually building a project bike now. So
Very cool. Do you know Kurt Yeager?
sounds very familiar.
He,
I want to say yes.
he's an actor in the community, and he does a lot of stunts, and he's a wonderful actor, and he rides motorcycles as well. So I think you guys could. I don't know. I could see you guys doing a film together.
Hey, I would love that. Yeah, anything with motorcycles would be great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I got this. I had this. I'm cleaning out my house, which everybody who's been watching the last 2 weeks knows. I had 60 boxes. I'm down to 21 now. But I found this because I know that you love him. And I don't know, have you seen this yet?
That's awesome.
I love it. And well, here we go. Wait, where are we at? I don't know if you... Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, your bobblehead.
Yeah.
Impressive. Most impressive. You're not a Jedi yet.
I love how this lights up. I'm... Oh. I love this. It used to be, you know, he has a little arthritis now. He used to be able to move, and actually his arm was down, and when he went, boom, and he raised it up, and I went, ah, I would scream all the time. I went on eBay actually today and said, I wonder if they have a new one. I want one that goes up again, but you're mine.
Oh, yeah. Huge fan.
Oh, my God. I know. You work, or you have worked with Loretta Swit on a project? Did you?
Yeah. So she has an organization that is trying to bring animals, basically animals who've gotten stuck overseas, working dogs and what, basically back home, and get them to owners. If they're not being used, basically get them to their owners who work with them. And it's great. I haven't talked to her in a little while,
Right.
But you know, it's a very passionate mission.
Right. I want to just go back to something at the beginning about going out and serving the country. I don't know, was there something that what did you like about doing that? What was it about serving your country that was powerful for you?
I think the most powerful thing was the fact that I was giving back to my country in a way that I felt was deserving of what I had been given. Now, I mean, I didn't grow up. Both my parents were Air Force, so we always grew up with that military mindset. But when I thought of, they were both aircraft mechanics, and I just couldn't see myself doing that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, every job in the military is essential.
Yeah.
But we were fortunate to live in this country, good or bad. America is a great country. And we all have our issues, as every country does, but I am proud to live here, and I wanted to give back in some way. And that was my way, whether it was going to be for 4 years or 24 years. I knew I had to serve. And I'm not one of these people who thinks that everyone should have to serve, because that would get rid of, basically, or delete the freedom of what makes America. You know what I mean? It makes the USA what it is, you know, when the draft in the Vietnam War happened, it was widely protested against, and for good reason.
Yeah.
You don't want the people fighting overseas to not want to be there. You want them to always have their head in the game. So I like knowing that I got to be one of those people, and we still have people that will volunteer to serve this country, because it shows that we're still doing something right.
Well, you said something there too about, I mean, it fed you, but it also, by giving and serving, it fed you.
Yeah.
It's this, my teacher, Corey Allen, taught me this. I used to just do this a lot. And some people just do this, but it's that give and take. And we, to have people like you who, whether you're acting or whether you're in the Marine Corps, you are this person with such a beautiful and big heart about giving, and you receive from the giving. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
well, and I thank you. That means a lot, because I mean, you should feel good about serving, whether it's in the military or if it's even just helping out a neighbor.
Yeah.
Just that the satisfaction of knowing that you're making a difference in somebody's life it's powerful.
So your son's going to wake up probably in about 15 minutes or so?
Maybe, yeah. He didn't sleep so well yesterday, so I think he's making up for it today. But yeah, he'll probably wake up in 15 minutes or so.
So when he gets up, if you had to say one thing to him today, what would you say to him?
Be nice to your mom.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I look forward to meeting them both one of these days.
Yeah, we'll come up once everything's done. I plan on taking them, and maybe when Milo gets a little bit older and he can kind of understand what's going around a little bit more, because I would love for him to come up and just see everything. I think it'd be really good for him that be kind of his like first experience into what the industry is.
Right.
But we'll definitely make our way up there.
I love it. And do you have a website?
That should be something I know, but it's been a while. If I do, it's been a while since I've used it, so I'm just going to say.
Right. Well, and some people say, who needs websites anymore, but
yeah, with social media, it's just, that's kind of my biggest thing is I use Instagram the most.
Right.
But other than that, yeah.
So Instagram, yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I want to tell all the students too, and from Meet the Biz, from Performing Arts Studio West, and whoever is watching, check out for all the interviews. Go on to IMDb, go on to YouTube, and you're going to see amazing. Your commercial is amazing. So powerful and so well done. And you have other interviews there, and of course General Hospital. So thank you for visiting today. You made a lot of people happy.
Oh, I loved it. Thank you for having me on, David. It's been a pleasure.
All right. And stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I grew up with the sense of service towards your nation. Both my parents were in the military, and so I knew I was always going to join. And so I found the nearest Marine recruiter, and I signed right up. Went to Afghanistan, and we were out one night in our observation post while we were getting ready to break everything down and go. Another guy in my squad, he had stepped on the first IED. I ran over there to help out, and we got everything set up, and just as we were about to lift the guy in my squad, that's when I stepped on the second one. What happened to me sucked. I'm not gonna pretend like it didn't, but it's what I signed up to do. I'm glad that I was able to fight for my country and do something that I had, been wanting to do since I was a kid. Not all of us are lucky with the gift of a full life. And as long as I have mine, I'm gonna make sure that I celebrate it the best I can. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep going against all odds. Things are gonna get in your way, but whatever you do, never stop showing up. Show them what's underneath. Show them you're Jackie.